Acting Leader, the universal social charge has found itself in the spotlight once again. And as we look at measures to take to combat the unsustainable rise in the cost of living, I think the universal social charge is something that we should be looking at. Introduced at the height of the financial crisis in December 2010 by the late Brian Lenihan of Fianna Fáil, the USC was to help shore up a huge hole in the public finances and replace the income levy and the health levy. The tax now generates revenue roughly around £4 billion per annum for the state. It is very much a progressive tax. In 2016, when Fine Gael promised to scrap it, it was a case that 75% of the USC raised £3 billion came from the top 20% of the earners and 43% came from those earning more than $100,000. When it was first introduced, it applied to all income over $4,000, and that threshold was increased in the later budgets and is currently $13,000. The increase in the lower threshold was due to the economy no longer being as dire as it was in 2011, and I think that precedent of raising that threshold is one that can be looked at again. In 2011, we had 15.6 unemployment rate. Today it's 5.4. Effectively, 2/3 of the people who were unemployed in 2011 are now employed. The increase in the lower threshold was due to the economy no longer being as dire in 2011. It is all very well to opt for one-off bonuses and payments to try and offset the cost of living, but why not cut out the middleman? Why tax families and individuals and then make a big show of giving a portion of it back to them? Just let them keep their own money. So can we have a debate in this House on the pros and cons of raising the threshold to perhaps €25,000, which will allow low-income persons to retain €500 to €600 annually of their own money and put it towards the cost of living essentials? Thank you. Acting Chair, if you don't mind, sympathies to Verona Murphy's mother, who has been buried this morning. Sorry, I don't know whether that's been mentioned already, but our sympathies from the House. I'm sorry.
Senator Keogan raised the whole USC and how difficult that is for people to pay as the cost of living is going up. Everything that we pay, you know, it's difficult. Every single bill and every single pay that we pay is difficult. And I think while certainly it was good that the threshold was raised to make sure that old age pensioners were not included in it, I think it's important to note that the decision obviously won't be made in this House, but we certainly can ask for a debate, and we can look for Minister Donoghue, I think it would be, who would take this type of debate to come in here. And I know you also gave sympathies to Deputy Verona Murphy on a bereavement, and maybe we can get the details and we can send that on her mother. On her mother. Okay. Well, our deep sympathies go to Deputy Murphy in relation to her mother's passing.